Hey guys, as you can see, the Hunter low profile is finally installed in my living room. And this fan is from February of 1995, it was made the same exact time as the Hunter Passport 2, but I don't know which one was made first. So yep. Now I am using the pull chain from the other fan that was here, the Code Up Urgency. That fan the guy told me that that wasn't the smell of oil that was on it. It was actually the smell of burnt metal. So I'm guessing the windings got burnt when the fan lost the other speed, and it had a strong smell throughout the house. And that would explain a lot, since it was actually the motor housing, not the motor housing. I mean the motor that was burning hot, and not the switch housing. But yeah, that fan is basically out of commission for now, and I will get around fixing it sometime, but I don't know when. So yeah. And this fan has a couple of scratches, nothing major. When I had it on the floor, it looked like it would show up a lot, but it's actually in pretty good shape. Yep. I think it looks pretty good in this living room, to be honest. I actually think it looks better in the living room than the Code Up Residency, to be honest. Even though the Code Up was a lot nicer looking, I feel like this fits the living room theme a lot better, to be honest. So without further ado, let me turn it on low. And I think the tassel looks really good on it. I didn't have any other pull chains I think would match on this, so I put this on, and it looks actually really good on it, to be honest. So I'm actually going to keep the tassel on there, so it does make it look a lot more vintage. So that's something I do like about it. It does have a nice low speed. The blades are a little bit out of alignment, but I will be fixing that later on. I think it's just it might be the blade arms, or it could be one of the blades. I do know that it's one of the blades that's not screwed in all the way. It's just a tiny bit loose, so it could be that. But it's not affecting the performance really, so I'm not too concerned. So yeah, one day I'll just take off the blade arms and I'll make it better. I'll bend the blade arms possibly, or it's the blades. I don't know which one it is, so I gotta figure it out. Yeah, I'm not gonna be putting a white kit on it, and the reason is because I have that lamp there, and I have another one right here. So this amount of light is just perfect for the living room. I don't really like it too bright. It's a little bit dimmed, and I like it just like that. So yeah, it's a lot more comfortable at night when you have just a little lamp in the corner, not one on the ceiling. So that's why I prefer not to have one on this fan. And also because I think low profiles look better without a light kit. It depends on the light kit, honestly, but I feel like this specific model of the low profile looks better without a light kit. If it had a spotlight kit, I would like that, but for living room, I feel like it just looks better without one. If it was in my bedroom, I would have a light on it. But yeah, Schoolhouse Globe, I actually do like Hugger fans with 4 blades of Schoolhouse Globes, but for some reason this one I'm not too crazy about it with a Schoolhouse Globe. I don't know why, but I'm just not so crazy about it, honestly. It could happen one day. I might try it, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. Alright, let me move this thing up to medium. And one reason why I'm not putting Schoolhouse light on it, the light fitter that was on the Casablanca Delta 2, is because the finish is a bit off. This fan is in bright brass, and that light fitter that was on the Delta 2 was in polished brass, and And the difference between those two finishes, for those who don't know, is bright brass is basically polished brass, but it looks more it's more like a faded color of brass, and polished brass looks like brand new brass. So yeah. And the other thing is, if I was to put it, you would be able to see through the some inside somewhat of the switch housing, like when I recorded the Passport 2 on the floor. If you see that video of it on the floor with the schoolhouse globe, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But when I installed it, I used that there was like a little thing that the Hunter Comfort Breeze that I got from Mark Wilson came with, that I put in between the light kit and the switch housing that actually isolated the hole so you wouldn't be able to see inside of it. If I had one of those for this, that would be a different story. But it's actually going to stay like this for the time being. If I ever change my mind, or if I get like a Hunter low profile light kit, I would put one of those on there, because I do actually like those. But I don't have one, so if there's anybody who's willing to sell one, let me know. Alright. Well, it's a good amount of air on medium, actually. Well, it's actually a very good amount of air on medium. Out of all the fans that I felt, this one actually blows the most air on medium that I felt so far, besides that Passport 2. And now I'm going to put it on high. The fan does go pretty fast. It's not as fast. Passport 2 does go a bit faster, but this fan does blow a good amount of air regardless. So yeah. Yeah, the reason why I like it mostly about the light kit is because it does remind me more of the fans I'd see in my childhood. So, I don't know, 4-blade Hubbard fans without light kits I liked a lot, so that is the main reason why I like it like this. So, yeah. It's kind of like, you go into like there was like a friend of mine that it had like a very country feel to it somewhat, and this fan kind of does have that, like a little. It had like a Thanksgiving feel to it in some ways. That's just my opinion, but it had like a nice homey feel to it without the light kit. That's just my opinion. Alright, let me get closer so you can hear the air movement. Hopefully you can hear it. It is blowing a good amount of air. A lot more than I expected actually. I actually thought it would blow somewhat alright air, blow decent air, even though it was 100. But for 100 fans, this is probably the best air movement I felt. Well, that aside from the Universal fan that was at my aunt's house, she had a couple of them. But yeah, this and that, those two are probably the strongest other fans that I felt air movement from. Trying to be sure you can hear it at least. I don't know where you can hear the sound where I'm going to move, but hopefully you get the air. Yeah, this is definitely one of the classic Hunter fans that I like a lot. I'm going to shut it off and do a spin down. Yeah, it does take a little bit to slow down. A little bit quicker than the Passport 2, I think. But I don't know. This one is a little bit. The motor on this is a little bit more used up. When I spun it by hand, when it was taken down, it actually would spin for a lot longer. And the Passport 2 did stop a little bit quicker when I was spinning by hand. When I had both of them on the floor. And yep, the fan has stopped. And that will be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.